extra time.
পরীক্ষার গুগলি হোক বা বাউন্সার, ছায়া প্রকাশনী হ্যাজ দ্য আনসার।
ছায়া প্রকাশনী।
This is one thing which I don't think people explain properly. A lot of things are being spoken about, or there's a lot of talk from the outside in terms of workload, whether players should be rested, whether they should not be rested. For example, all cricketers play 40 games in a year. Three guys who should get rest, their workloads are to be managed. 11 players play the game, but not everyone would have batted 45 overs in the ODI game, or not everyone would have bowled 30 overs in a test match. But the guys who are doing that regularly are the ones that need to be assessed, because the body takes that much time to recover, and it needs rest as well. So people only look at, everyone has played 40 games. They don't look at the time spent on the crease, the number of runs that have been run in between the wickets, the number of overs they've been bowling in difficult conditions. What were the conditions, what were the temperatures like, have the bodies recovered or not? I don't think people go into that analysis. So from the outside it looks like, why are people asking for rest? Everyone played same number of games, but not everyone has the same kind of workload in every game that you play. So people who have major workload, like for example a Pujara during a test season, he'll have maximum workload because he spends so much time on the crease. His game is built that way. So you can't compare that to a counter-attacking batsman, because the workload would have been lesser. So I think all these things have to be taken into consideration, because you don't want, and purely because of the fact that we've built such a strong core team now of 20-25 players, you don't want important players breaking down at important times, for the team. And that is where the balance needs to be maintained going forward, because if you have too much cricket going on, especially guys who play all three formats, it's humanly impossible to maintain same intensity and same level of performance, what you do in the earlier phase of the season. So I think those details are very important. Anything is possible. I don't think you can aim for those things, because you change formats so much that you can't. For example, if someone does well in ODIs while we're playing test matches, they take the number one spot. So you can't get attached to it, because I've said this before, there's so much cricket being played around the world. You go down your ranking, then suddenly people say, oh, he's been dethroned, or the team has been dethroned. But you have to understand that the team is not playing all the time. So if you have a week off where you're not playing and another team is playing and they take over, that's a very natural process to happen. It's very exciting for people to talk about this, because we are joint number one in ODIs. We are number one in tests. So I think people are fantasizing about this more than the players thinking about it, because we only focus on, as I said, wanting to do well and winning situations, and winning scenarios, and putting small targets in front of us. So it can definitely, everything is possible. I mean, if everything falls into place, any team can achieve that at one given point of time. But I doubt that will stay for very long, because of, as I said, the transition between teams playing at different time of the year. So it is realistic. It is, yes. I feel every match that you play is important. Every series is huge. It's not like we lose the series and you guys are going to say nothing to us. So everything is important when you play for the country, and we don't like to differentiate. We simply want to do well as a team, and whatever the conditions we play at, whatever combination that we need to play, we do that accordingly, keeping in mind that winning is the most important thing. And for that, everyone is on the same page, whether we play in India, whether we play away from India, regardless of the opposition we play. We want to maintain our consistency as a team, and that has worked for us, because we are not differentiating anything in terms of where we are playing, how we are playing, what team we are playing against. We just want to play good cricket as a team, and the results take care of itself if you play good cricket anywhere in the world. It's not like in India you can get away by playing bad cricket. So the eventual goal is to respect the sport, respect the skill sets that we have, and try to execute that in every condition and every situation that we are in. I don't know. I mean, I think this question, or this sort of analysis has to be done over a period of time by asking the fans who watch the game, because as cricketers, as I said, someone watching the game is very different from someone being involved in the game. Because for us, there's no room for complacency or saying, oh, I don't want to play this game, or you're standing on the crease with the bat in hand and you say, yeah, I don't feel like batting. There's no room for that because you're going to get out and the team is going to lose. So we are at our absolute top intensity all the time. This question will be better answered by the fans who watch the game. I don't know if there's too much cricket being played, or there's repetition of same series happening again or not. For us, it's about, as I said, playing cricket for the country, and we do what we are presented with every time the new series comes up. So yeah, look, this analysis can be done. It definitely has to be taken into consideration, because you don't want the fans going away from the game, not watching the game. So we have to maintain a balance of how to engage fans, at the same time how to keep players fresh, at the same time keep cricket exciting, and have very competitive cricket going around throughout the year. So that situation has always been a thing that has the balance has swung every now and then between two guys doing well and one of them missing out. It happened with KL initially, then it happened with Shikhar in between, and then now that Shikhar and KL have been playing well, so it's very difficult to pick 2 out of 3 when all 3 are so good and they've done well. I think Shikhar's comeback has been a revelation for himself and for the team as well. His counter-attacking skills were something that really gave all the batsmen a good platform to work on. And also it also deflates the opposition also, to a certain extent. We want to build our games in a way that we look forward to playing anywhere in the world. We just want to play good cricket. That's about it. We don't want to wait for conditions that might suit our games. We want to rather develop our games for different kind of conditions. And if you want to be the top side in the world for a longer period of time, you have to win everywhere. Right now, we've gone through a good phase where a lot of cricket has been played at home. If we had played all this cricket away as well, we would have maintained the same intensity and had the same mindset. So we certainly believe a lot in ourselves as a team. Not that, as I said, playing in your usual Indian conditions that you can just be relaxed and you can win the game. You still have to work hard. So I think the mindset of winning is very important, and from that you start working on your games and you look forward to playing in difficult conditions. I think if we can embrace playing in difficult conditions, that will be the difference, because we want to be uncomfortable. We want to embrace being uncomfortable, and I think that's the most important thing.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.